Hi, this is Tashina.
And this is Jonathan.
And this is Abandoned Ship, a podcast where we take you through Deep Space Nine.
And today we have Season 2, Episode 4, Invasive Procedures.
I didn't remember this at all until I saw John Glover.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, I've seen this one.
Yep. Yeah, not terribly consequential, so probably why it doesn't stand out. Thinking ahead, now that we've done our Season 1 tier list, where one of the big things is the skip or not? Does it impact character development or plot or world building? I can see why you didn't remember this episode. Yeah. And the first thing that came to mind was, oh, look, another Dax episode where they quite literally put Dax to sleep for the entire episode.
You're right. The last one, she doesn't talk.
She doesn't talk. And this one, they're just like, but I'm...
Just sad because I feel like the couple moments we do have with her, like at the end, like when the procedure happens, and at the end, there's a couple moments where...
that's all she gets.
She's really good. Like, it really is emotional. So it's so frustrating.
I'm telling you, they did not...
Do they not like her?
Well, yeah, I think
is that part of it?
I think there's behind the scenes stuff where, I mean, she's probably the least experienced actor on the show at this point because she was a model.
Mm-hmm.
But
she's great.
Yeah, and they weren't like the problem is they weren't helping it because they were all on our case about, oh, you need to be all, at least on the producer side, you need to be more Spock-like, you need to be more emotionless. And every time she tries that, it does not work. Yeah, so it took her a while to get the confidence to just do her own thing and ignore them. And then the show is better for it. Yes. I just thought it was crazy. In Season 1 and then Season 2 again, a Dax episode. Just, nope, no Dax. Cisco. Dax episodes are Cisco episoons.
Yes.
So we'll have to note the point that we actually get
a real Dax episode. Because, this is more about Trills and their culture and community than Jetsia.
Yeah, maybe that's the better way of saying it. We've had 2 Dax episodes. We have yet to have any Jetsia episodes.
Yes, that is actually a good way to put it.
Yeah. One
day we might get our Jetsia episode.
Yes.
So we'll peek behind the scenes. I'm taking notes usually while we're watching the episode, and I'll have Jonathan pause when I need to catch up, like if a lot happens. Literally 5 seconds into the episode, I told Jonathan to pause because I had to laugh. And I couldn't take notes for a good solid minute because I was laughing so hard. Because we come off of episode 3, where DS9 has been evacuated.
It's a whole big deal.
No, we don't see anybody come back. So we enter this episode with there's a plasma storm. DS9 has been evacuated. It's just a skeleton crew.
Yep.
And I'm like, my brain shut down for a second because I'm like, wait, is this is this part 4? Is this a continuation?
Were they on their way back and had to be stopped?
Yes.
Did they get back and have to leave immediately?
So the placement of this episode is so weird because it's not crucial. They could place it whatever.
Yeah, probably could have been done anywhere.
So to have it literally right after.
I think the thing is it was cheap. That's why it's here after the 3-parter.
Oh, that could be it.
There's no extras,
Episode 5 at least. I feel like any other episode could have been placed between 3 and this one. So so it took me a good minute to...
That's why they sidelined Odo too. Got to minimize the morphs.
Oh. And it makes sense because, he defeated everything very quickly. Yeah. This would have been short.
It's like in TNG when they neutralize Data. It's like, well, for this to work, we got to get Data out of the way. It's too good.
Yeah, if you always have that one character, you're like, I think we gave them too much power.
Yep.
So now we can actually get into the episode. Yes, there is a plasma storm that's really rocking and a shaking outside the DS9. Got a few of our crew members in ups, And then we have Miles and Odo going around like airlocks, docking
Sealing the
bays,
airlocks,
sealing
yeah.
stuff, security stuff. And then we find Quark just sitting in a docking bay.
Meditating or praying or
Doing something.
zenning.
Thinking about his gold, which again...
Yeah, they talk about, oh, yeah, you were only not evacuated because there wasn't a ship that would fit your case of gold pressed platinum, which was the exact situation we just saw him in the previous episode. So it feels like that last episode just never ended.
Exactly. I'm like, so he literally went through his plotline again off screen before this happened.
I almost feel like it would have been better if they just ditched the plasma storm and had this be like right off the heels of the last episode. Like, all right, yeah, we just got the drones out. Now we got to recall the people because they're way off, because they were evacuated to like far off colonies, because it wasn't to Bajor, because obviously that was the whole problem. So it's like, okay, we're still waiting for all our people to get back. So the station is kind of vulnerable right now.
Yeah, why didn't they? Anyways,
I think it was to keep the hostile team there, because they had to wait for the storm to dissipate, so they needed an excuse for them to just be sitting around.
That could be.
But I feel like you could have done.
There could have been another excuse. And the same with them coming in. They go like, oh, like our ship is falling apart.
Generic
screens are off.
call,
You know, exactly. Yeah. We didn't need plasma storm.
Yeah, because you're right. The timing.
It was
so similar and so close, being literally right after, that it felt, why not just incorporate it at that point?
Gave my mind a little spin. Okay, so Miles and Odo find Quark, and Quark's like, I'm just missing Rob. And I was like, what?
Yeah, Odo doesn't buy it.
Quark's like, don't you have brothers, Miles? And apparently Miles does have two brothers.
First and last time we hear about them.
That I guess he left behind once he went into the Federation. Bye. Never to be seen. Oh, then you know how I feel. So, shenanigans are happening. We get a shot of a device in the docking bay before we go into our...
Works up to something.
Yeah.
Similar to an episode in season 1, this is also one where I feel like Quark crosses a line that doesn't make sense for him to get off scot-free for. They tried to
justify why he wouldn't just be literally pack him away.
It's a stretch.
It is.
And that's why I think they rightly stop him doing these things in the future.
Yes, they need to.
Like, again, guys, why do you tolerate this?
It is interesting, yes. So the repeats that are already happening from season 1, the mistakes that we're seeing, where it's like, oh, okay, guys, you really need to stop this. I understand season 1 mistakes. You can't bring them into season 2, okay? Yep. Music, pretty ship, la la la. We're in ops. Storm is storming.
Just like it is right now outside our window.
Yeah, if you hear
if you hear any clickety clanks or pitter patters, I don't know if they'll come through the mics or not, but there's some wind and ice and shit
just
falling
atmosphere.
off our house right now.
Plasma storm right outside our window.
Don't let anyone in, even if they're dying. They'll kidnap you and steal your worm.
That is the true message of the episode.
They'll never take my tapeworm.
Okay, so Bashir comes back from securing the promenade. So he's at ops when a vessel starts hailing them. They're in need of help because they got caught in the storm. It's a 911 emergency. And Bashir's like, oh, time to go to the infirmary. Since Odo and Miles are already nearby, they're the ones to go to the docking bay to meet them. And bait and switch. Out of the smoke comes 2 Klingons.
Dun dun dun.
And a lady that of unknown alien origin. And a Trill.
Dun dun dun.
And I'm like, oh, hi, John Gulliver. And that's, as soon as I saw him as a Trill, I'm like, I remember this episode.
And then they're all like, hey, we're allies with the Klingons. It's like, well, clearly these are just people. These are just folks. Clearly a mercenary situation, but...
Exactly. They force Odo into a box.
Yep, gotta take care of Odo.
And then they take all the comm badges. So right away, we get that whatever is going on, they have meticulously planned. They know who's on board. When
Seemed like they were a bit lucky that Odo was there.
true, but I guess he seems like a pretty smart guy. I guess if they did this because there was a skeleton crew. So I guess they assumed these were the people that would be a part of a skeleton crew, like if there was an evacuation. Because that's why the plasma storm is needed, because it has to be with the skeleton crew. So because he's the head of security, I guess they assume he would stay on the ship.
Sure.
We'll go with that. That's the least of our concerns. In the infirmary, so our group heads to the infirmary to meet up with Bashir, who's like, what's happening?
And they're like, put this box in a stasis chamber or we'll destroy it. He's like, okay.
Okay.
And they're like, Odo's in there. I'm like, oh, okay. Should have led with that.
And then he pretty much puts him into a shelf. Looks like it just a dresser shelf.
Looks like a morgue. Where you put
It
bodies
does.
in.
Like, this doesn't look like a stasis.
Well, it puts that's where you put the bodies so they don't decompose, so it keeps them in stasis.
Oh, so that's
otherwise they'd
okay.
be smelling real bad.
Yeah, I guess if you don't potentially have a body there for months, you don't want it to smell. Okay, I get that. We go back to Ops, where everybody's starting to get worried. I can't get a hold of Miles or Odo, and the captors make their entrance. Chaos.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, so they take control of Ops. They guess that Quark neutralized the security systems in the docking ring because they saw him there right before this.
We have a small meeting with one of the Klingons and Quark.
Oh yeah. So this is where I guess you're set up that like Quark thought
that they just wanted something, but why couldn't they just board the ship and grab it from? Like, why did Quark think that they had to go through all this trouble to get what he had?
Yeah, this is their attempt to try and make Quark not entirely unredeemable here, because they're like, oh, he just thought they wanted to buy some illegal merchandise. And they have a great exchange of dialogue here. You, Ferengi, you think you're so clever, but you're stupid. And he's just like, okay. And then the Klingon's like, you're stupid.
Sizzling dialogue.
Cutting remarks. Great writing.
I mean, the Klingons aren't the brightest.
I guess. I don't know.
But even
they've had better insults. It's just
for Klingons, this is
repeat
bad.
it again. You stupid. You stupid. There's a very awkward scene.
Yeah, and he drags him
to. Took me out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, he drags him to Ops with everybody else. So back in Ops, it's revealed what is going on. So John Glover's character is Varad?
Varad, yeah.
Varad. He's a Trill who was denied a symbiote. And apparently he dedicated his whole life for this moment to be joined. Dex brings up some interesting information where she said that only 1 in 10 Trill are special enough to join. She's like, my parents and my sisters weren't chosen. It's not a bad thing.
I want to say that given later information, that number is actually higher than it really. 1 in 10 actually seems too high.
Oh, really? I think it's less.
What they talk about in later episodes, but
they told him that he was unsuitable. So I think not only the rejection, but not understanding why he was rejected.
Because when you think about 1 in 10 is actually a lot. Like 1 of every 10 people you know, that's a lot. Like if you think about how many people are like serving in the military, it's like 1%. That's 1 in 100.
Okay.
That seems
probably more in line with
likely. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
So, Varad wants to be special boy. Did his research, and he's like, "Oh, well, I think Dax would be the perfect fit for me. So give me Dax now, please." Also,
symbiote, please.
Symbiote, please. Cisco noted, and that little wormhole over there is probably a great escape plan.
Yep.
Once you get the Dax. At first, Bashir refuses to do the procedure, and then Varad starts shooting, and he hits Miles in the shoulder, and it's a pretty bad injury. So Bashir sadly has to agree
Yeah.
to do the
And Dax
procedure.
encourages him, like, Dax doesn't want anyone to get hurt.
And Cisco even nods like,
Yeah.
you need to do this.
Yeah, now's not the time.
He said, let me fix Miles up first. So he patches him up. And, probably from terrible pain, but seems like throughout the episode, like, Miles is still in pain. And Kira's supposed to give him something like every 20 minutes to help regenerate. So it's just weird how sometimes I feel like healed instantly. And then sometimes it's like,
Right.
it's just to kind of put Miles out of commission a bit.
And Varad in this whole scene is very, like, timid,
Yes.
unsure, but also he's in a sort of psychopathic way, claims he doesn't want to hurt anyone, but, like, he's very
Don't make
much
me hurt you type of thing, yeah. But
he feels a little more, like, sympathetic in how pathetic he is. Like, his personality is he's being, portrayed a very specific way here to show that what he wants out of this is, like, he wants a boost of confidence and that's what he's looking to get out of it.
So they head out, and Dax says goodbye to Cisco, and Cisco's like, don't worry, I'm gonna save you.
Don't worry, this episode's mine now. You have a nice nap. Okay.
In the infirmary, they're all set up to go for the procedure, and then Farhad is like, don't put me under. I want to see it the symbiote being poured inside me. I'm like, okay, dude. Which, sure. So Bashir's like, whatever, dude. And he puts the sleeping thing on Dax, and, it's an emotional exchange between Bashir and Jadzia.
Because the important thing is you can't live once you've been fully integrated. You can't live without the symbiote anymore. So
she'll only have hours, pretty much after this procedure. And thankfully, because of how young she is, it sounds like she'll fight.
Yeah, she has enough plot armor to survive the night.
Exactly. Quick scene back and up. They talk about this, that Jadzia will only have so much time before she dies. Because they're talking so close, one of the Klingons, Klingon number 1, is like, stop talking! And he, like, kicks Miles' shoulder.
Oh, for low blow.
Oh, I was like, poor Miles.
What did I do to deserve this?
Scuffle fight happens.
Yeah, Kira fights, but Mariel, the lady,
That's her. I just literally wrote lady throughout.
She beats Kira, so she's got some moves.
Yes, she's tough. You could tell at this point she's the muscle. And the reason why Broad can do this plan is because of her, because right now she's the muscle and the confidence.
Lacks,
Exactly. Everything he lacks, she has. So they actually kind of make a good Bonnie and Clyde type pair.
They have a symbiosis.
Exactly.
Yes.
They are a good pair.
The true symbiote was with you all along.
Exactly.
They should have put more emphasis on that in the conclusion of the episode.
In the conclusion, because it is throughout the episode. But yeah, the little pin note of what you wanted was there.
I guess it's just hard to do anything at the end of the episode that puts them in more of a sympathetic light, considering what they almost did, being murder someone.
I get that, but I think it's more tragic.
Yeah.
If it was noted.
Yeah.
Okay, infirmary, switch happens. And this is one of the 2 scenes with Jadzia, because Dax is no longer there. Jadzia has, that's really, it's heartbreaking. She's like, she like feels empty and cold and alone now that Dax is no longer with her. Back in ups, Quark wants Kira to do something. And right now, Kira's not having any of Quark's shit. She's like, I'm fucking done with you. Get out my face. This is happening because of you.
And she has a good point. Like, this has happened a couple times. Like, yeah, why do we keep you around?
I don't know.
So Quark has to do something to get back into the good graces.
Yes. So we get a little bit of our lady.
Mariel's
backstory of why she's doing this for Varad. Like, what does she get out of it? And pretty much, Varad got her out of the whole house. So
Yeah.
she owes his life to him. She's been with him ever since. And Cisco's like, do you understand? He's going to be a different person after this happens. The Varad he knows no longer exists. It's a rebirth. And she's like, he told me you said that. Yes, I understand some things are going to change, but as long as like the important stuff stays the same, then it's fine. But Cisco's already getting needling because he knows. I think he knows.
So yeah.
Also, he probably is understanding why this guy was rejected because we see quickly why he was rejected from having a symbiote.
And then Varad Dax enters.
Dun, dun, dun. And then this is why John Glover was picked, because he doesn't play timid characters. He plays characters like this. So I'm like, oh yes, this is the reason why.
Yeah, you need someone who could do a switch from the timid, whimpering, pathetic to have a believable transition to a Dex.
Did you ever watch Smallville?
Maybe a couple episodes.
Because that's what I remember him from, is he plays Lex Luthor's dad. And he's great as Lex's dad in the series. And he's always on Clark's case. Like, he's way smarter than Lex. And so that's who I always envision him as when I see him in other things. And so when he changes the end to Broad Dex.
Dun dun dun.
And
so there was Smallville, different. And that was different than Kyle XY, right? They were both similar things around the same time, right?
They're around the same time. Smallville, Superman. Kyle XY, he's just an alien with no
belly button.
No belly
I thought
button.
It was like a Superman type story.
Maybe I never watched
but they couldn't get the rights, so there's like, we'll just make an alien with no belly button.
It could have been a knockoff Superman.
Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. I guess all I really remember is the belly button, but I thought my impression
alien.
was it was a Clark Kent-esque story of aliens sent down.
I never watched.
Maybe I'm totally off on that.
No, but I watched multiple seasons of Smallville. That was like one of the shows back in the day when WB hit.
All right, so back to the infirmary.
Yes. Doc is trying his best to keep Jitsi alive, and he's fighting with Klingon number 2 because he thought that she should have fought, better if she wanted to live. And Bashir's trying to convince him, like, she does want to live, but she also wanted her friends to live. Klingon's like, then she's a dummy.
So finally, he yells at him, which gets, I guess that's how you got to talk to the Klingons. It's interesting seeing throughout Star Trek the Klingon the people who do and do not play Klingons well. This guy is one who I feel like does not play a Klingon well. It's not really that believable to me.
Yeah.
There's just a certain it factor, and we'll see it with a lot of the Jem'Hadar too. Some people really embody the ethos, and some people are just sort of growling and yelling a lot. This guy's just one of the ones who just sort of it's a little too on the nose. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Stupid. Sorry, I can't get over him just saying stupid to Quark twice. No funny, no patak, no Klingons, just, you're stupid. I know what you are, but what am I?
Oh, I'm sorry. So I made a mistake. This is where Jetsia wakes up.
Yes.
There's a lot of back and forth infirmary and op scenes, so I just got mixed up. And has our emotional moment. We go to ops.
Which she does a good job on.
Yeah, great job.
Her one chance to act in this episode.
Ops. Cisco starts reminiscing with Dax now. Like, you could tell he's trying to, like...
Yeah, he really capitalizes on this is Dax now. This is
Dax. And
my buddy.
Showing lady.
Marine. Mariel.
Oh,
Mary.
Did you just say 3 different names?
We'll just call her Mary.
Mariel. I have a hard time with the MUR pronunciation, so we'll go with Mary. she's in the background watching this because it is clear to the audience.
It's like when you have someone who you think is your friend meet like an old buddy and they're just like getting on, you have no idea what they're talking about and you feel really awkward.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yep. Third wheeling.
Mm-hmm.
And after
Not even a third wheel, spare wheel. It has fallen off the car. It's rolling down the road behind you.
Cisco, after this back and forth of memories, he gets on him like, but you're going to kill Jadzia. You're going to kill my friend. And Dax doesn't want
to even think about it.
Yeah, he's just like, but look at what I can do, the two of us together. I am Superman. And I can't hide in the Gamma Quadrant with all this knowledge. I can help the people.
I can bring civilization to the natives.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yes. Cisco is like, oh, okay, that's all well and good, but what about Jadzia? And Dax is like, whoop, sorry about it. And Cisco's like, then we are no longer friends. Me and you, ending what? This is going to be like the third host. So, nope. If you let Jadzia die, you are not the Dax I know. You are not my friend. Bye. Because it is interesting. Because, Brod's like, oh, she's going to live in me and through me. It is interesting how much Cisco is focusing on the person of Jadzia. That she is valuable too. The Dax is not above Jadzia. And here we're seeing, and as the episode goes on, probably why Varad was disqualified, because with this pairing, he is bringing out the worst in the symbiote, where Jadzia probably brings out his best.
Or is the symbiote bringing out the worst in him? I feel like this episode opens a lot of questions in terms of like how much...
Or it could be both.
Will does this symbiote have?
Because he lives through the pairing, so that's definitely not the issue. Like, he is strong enough to have a symbiote.
Well, technically, we do find out in later episodes that whole thing, their whole like selection process is a sham. That actually anyone can blend. They just don't want them to because it's so limited. They want the best of the best.
True.
But in terms of like physically being able to.
Oh, that's right.
But you're right. He is rejected not because they probably told him he wouldn't survive.
Yeah.
But what reality is, this would create a big dick. And we don't want that.
Exactly. Because literally
this would create a psychopath.
Reason they gave him was, you're unsuitable. That's it. That drove them crazy. And they probably didn't want to say that. The reason why he's unsuitable is because of these psychopathic tendencies.
Yeah, you'd get too much confidence.
Yes.
You need humility.
Exactly. That timidness and humility is the only thing that's keeping him from being like a serial killer, in essence. How much their process is a sham later on.
Right.
Here, they were correct.
Yes.
Because I think it's some of both. I think both Varad and Dax probably brought out the worst in each other. Because the Dax can't be, like, it's not like a holy, pure being, It has its own positives and flaws.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I gather. It's not a perfect being. And
it doesn't just make everyone it touches good.
Exactly. And I feel like what he brought from the episode, what I feel like he brought out of Dax is almost like a not seniority, like a
superiority.
Yes, complex.
Superiority complex, yeah.
Yes, where I'm the best. I'm the one who matters, not Jadzia. That I think is the Dax.
Yeah.
That's just my musings, but that's what I think.
Oh yeah, I think there is a lot you can to. It'd be interesting to like watch all the trill-related episodes back to back to try and come to some understanding of how this relationship works.
Yes,
because there's definitely a lot of nuance there.
All right, we continue on with ops. Mary gives Miles some egg broth to help with it, so she's also softening a bit to the hostages. It's interesting. So Cisco takes this moment to continue to get underneath her skin. And she's like, I get it. He's different, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, okay, if you were a pair, go talk to him. Go over there.
Yeah.
He needs you.
Because he was very
Right?
dismissive of her
Yes.
earlier.
If the same Farad is in there, then you should be able to go up to him and talk to him about this and still be a team.
And she's just like, well, I don't want to. I just don't feel like it.
I just don't.
So she doesn't want to face it. She doesn't want to give. She's afraid to give him the chance to prove it.
Exactly.
So she doesn't even want to confront it.
Because I think just that one scene alone, she knows.
She's smart. She knows. Yeah. She just doesn't want to.
Well, what helps her not have to decide is Quark tackling a Klingon. Klingon number 1. Not successful, though. He gets thrown off. And he's in pain. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
My ear.
My ear. So Mary takes him to the infirmary. And in the infirmary, Quark puts on a show.
And Bashir's like, this doesn't look severe. And Quark's like,
wink, wink.
Oh, I mean, gotta run some tests.
Oh, you're in so much pain. So back at Ops, lady. I keep putting it because in my notes it's lady. Mary is back there. And at first, Farad seems like he's appreciating her. Like,
feels very performative though. Like, I have to remember to thank this carbon life form.
But I could see where it could have been enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, thank you so much. Like, I couldn't have done this without you. But then I think he messes up the plan, which he also said in his last scene that he didn't want to go to the Gamma Quadrant anymore.
I know. I think he still was going to the Gamma Quadrant, but to like, that's why I said like bring civilization to the natives. Like, there's so many worlds there I could help.
Oh,
with my knowledge.
I thought he said he didn't want to hide in the Gamma Quadrant.
So yeah, maybe their intention of going there, like they were gonna.
Oh, just lay low on that.
It seems like their plan was, yeah, we're gonna go together, 2 lovers. We'll hide out and have a peaceful life together. And he's like, no.
So
I'm going to become the god of some backwards planet.
So instead of him waiting for her, he wants her to go and wait for him.
Yeah, he tries to like just sort of steamroll over her and change the plan without her like giving her time to think about, like, you'll go and I'll meet you at the rendezvous point. You know, you're gonna go first. The ship, the clans, and I will stay behind and just wait for me at the rendezvous point.
Yep. And she's like, and we'll be together. And he's like, she tries to give him a hug, and the look on his face, he has the ick now.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this person is beneath me.
Exactly. And once he got the ick, can't go back from it. And I think
some very awkward hugging and half hugging and rejecting and kissing her on the cheek, and just like it's all super awkward.
And this was it. Yeah.
You can see why usually the troll, when they get joined, they drop their past relationships, because it's just
they're too different. Yeah.
The fact that Cisco is still friends with Jedzi after being friends with Curzon is unusual.
Yes,
it's the exception rather than the rule.
So back in the infirmary. Well, Quark is putting on a show of dying from his ear injury. The doc has Klingon 2 help, and then he knocks him out. And then they go and bust out Odo. And ups, Klingon 2's not answering back. Uh-oh. So Varad takes Kira as a hostage to go to the infirmary with the other Klingon, leaving Mary behind. And this is where Cisco puts the death nail of his plan in, like, girl, we saw that.
And he even says to Benjamin on his way out, not many friendships last over 2 lifetimes. Like, he's sort of saying it right there. Yeah, friendships usually don't last across these joinings, but she's right there.
Yes. And is this where Cisco's like, don't call me Benjamin?
That's later.
That's later. Okay. Yes. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. That's when Varad is leaving with Kira. He says that. And then Cisco just death stares him and goes, you'll be seeing me again.
Dun, dun, dun.
Then Cisco puts the death knell and the Mary's confidence in Varad. Because he's like, so, where's this meeting place? Hope you like it, because you're going to be there for a long time.
And she admits that, yeah, that
She
was
knows.
not the original plan.
Yeah, she's like, that's the first time he's ever lied to me. And she hands the weapon over to Cisco. Because he still has a chance.
Yeah, he has not been fully integrated, so it can be removed without killing him.
Exactly. She's like, okay, gives up the weapon.
I do like when she's, all you care about is Jadzia. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure this person doesn't die. Sue me.
Also, all you care about is Varad. Is this what you want him to be like? Because if we don't do the switcheroo soon, this is who he's gonna be until he dies. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Is this what you want for him?
So yeah, so she gives him the weapon and he goes off to stop him.
So we go to the docking bay where
their ship used to be.
Their ship used to be. And he's like, where'd the ship?
There's a cart just sitting in there that wasn't there before. They're just like, oh, what is that?
Oh, and of course, Odo's that cart. Varad runs.
They do a little fight.
Yeah,
Varad
Kira
runs away.
and I think the Klingon fight. I don't know.
Yeah, they take out the Klingon, but Varad runs away to a runabout pad
where Cisco is there holding his phaser.
Yeah.
Varad Dax like, you won't shoot me. Dax matters more than Jadzia. I'm like 8 lives.
Big mistake.
I know, that was the mistake. Because I don't know if he would have been able to, but when he said Dax is more important to Jadzia, I think that was the clincher for him because he disagreed. Jadzia and Dax are the same.
And also just like, yeah, there's a chance the symbiote might die, but if I let you go, I'm never,
Yeah.
Then Jadzia is definitely gonna die. I'm gonna take that chance.
So that's why this scene is where it kind of clinched for me. Oh, he also brought out the worst in Dax as well, not just the worst in Varad, because Dax thinks he's 8 lifetimes of information, of experience. Like, what does that matter if you're fucking psychopath, my dude? I don't want you talking to nobody like this.
So yeah, shoots him.
And the look on his face is great though. When he just, I love him. I always love the expressions of people who get shot. Facers on the show. In the infirmary, we switch back.
Come back to Varad waking up.
And
operation's been done.
He's messed up. Because he's kind of, it's not probably to the same extent as Jadzia, but it's like flowers for Algernon almost. Like,
what?
Do you not know what flowers for Algernon is?
No. I'm just a simple rube.
The story where the mentally disabled man is given a drug that makes him smart. Like, and it goes past like even like your average human intelligence, but he's also, it's given to a mouse first. So he kind of can see the mouse, and then all of a sudden the mouse starts to deteriorate. So he knows at some point he is going to go back to what he was before he took the medicine. So interesting, like, what do you do with this now that you have had knowledge before? How do you, it is an interesting story. Dated, but interesting.
Right.
But that's whatever, like the way he felt kind of reminded me, like he now knows what confidence feels like. He knows what
he's missing.
Exactly. He could, it was only a concept before.
Mm-hmm.
Now he knows. Dude, this was way worse.
Yeah.
Than going through this. And you're right. She's sitting next to him the whole time. It's like you had the pairing you needed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought it was interesting when Jadzia wakes up, kind of her reaction. Like, of course, she's glad that it worked out. She got Dax back. But she's filled with such sadness.
Yeah.
By the experiences of what
she has
happened.
True empathy.
True empathy for him. But also, I wonder if it kind of messed her up a little bit to see what they became as a union together, like what Dax could be. Because I think one of the reasons why she's such a great host is because of her humility. That seems to be probably one of the best attributes to having a symbiote, because you do have a being that has all this knowledge, all this experience.
It has quite the ego.
Yes.
That must be tempered.
Yes. And so when you have someone who also has an ego like that, even if it's underneath timidity, you could see why that was such a bad pairing with Jetsia. She is who she is. She is humble. Like, she kind of knows herself and like her ability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
in
that is such a
Jetsia's story, she studied and worked hard in order to earn it.
Mm-hmm.
He studied and worked hard because he thought he already deserved it.
Yes, exactly.
Which is why the rejection was all the more crushing for him, and why it happened at all.
Yes. So, is this a crucial episode? No. It's an okay episode. I do think it is interesting from a Trill perspective.
Yeah.
Like, I did find all of that fascinating. Because, yeah, it is hard to grapple sometimes, the Trill and symbiote, the culture. What does this mean? How much is of each one? So I thought this was interesting in that regard. So I don't think it's like, jettison out the title.
Yeah, I guess revising. Because I have some things worrying against me when I watch this. I do, especially now talking about it, I do have a higher opinion of it.
Mm-hmm.
As like a personal thing, I don't tend to like takeover or imprisonment episodes.
Yes.
I don't know why, but it just
because it also
makes me anxious.
Jetsia on the back burner.
That also. So there's a personal thing of just like, it's not my favorite kind of episode, but objectively, yeah, it would have been nice to have more Jetsia in it, because it's a Dax episode and they keep sidelining her on their own episodes. But the rest of it, it's definitely better than Dax, the episode Dax from season 1.
I do agree with that.
I think if they had just cleaned up some of the extraneous stuff and gave the Klingon some better lines, it would have boosted it up quite a bit. Solved the Quark problem.
I think the Klingons and the Quark problem are probably the biggest glaring flaws to me.
Yeah. Because they're all like, man, you're done here. You're never doing this again. And they don't, the episode ends so abruptly, they don't get to address, okay, I mean, yes, he helped retake the station.
But there still has to be some consequences,
yeah.
and he never has any consequences. No, that's the thing. Like, if they lessen the consequences and something else happened, I'd be like, okay, that I at least understand, because he did help. You would know. He's just the second time he's done this, guys. And it just, the fact that there's no consequences really kind of undermines the DS9 characters.
And again, the Quark problem in seasons 1 and 2 is, at a certain point, because they ignore him, they begin to look completely incompetent the more he does. So you don't want him doing things that cross that line. And I think what would have been great, what would have made this episode better, is if we got to see his realization of what the line was. Because I think the thing here is, yes, it is implied that he did not know the real plan. He thought they just wanted to buy some things. What his realization, but that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
What matters is that he let dangerous people onto the station.
Which was Kira's point.
And if his excuse is, well, I just thought they were going to buy some stuff, that doesn't help anything. That still makes him a danger. Well, if you're just going to let dangerous people onto the station every time you think they're going to buy something, you still can't be here anymore because you're too risky.
Exactly.
So I wanted a frank discussion with them about, like, now you should know what the line is. And he should realize that because of his growth as a character, he no longer wants to put his friends of some definition at risk anymore. Like, I wanted that growth. That would have helped the episode, I think, but they kind of ran out of time. I don't know what they could have cut. Like, a lot of times, we complain about the episodes having a sort of B plot where they go through tons of annoying technobabble that wastes all their time that they could have done the main plot, but they didn't really do that here. Most of their
No.
discussions were around the relationships. Cisco working Mary, whatever her name is,
That's
to
true.
like there wasn't a whole lot of fluff. They get on the station really quickly. The beginning's pretty tight. So I don't know how they would have adjusted
Yeah.
it to fit within their time constraints.
I guess when
But-
he talks to Kira, that could at least maybe been the moment of realization, because it seemed like that we were.
He was still
getting
denying
there.
it by the time he was
Exactly.
talking to her. So yeah, you didn't get any growth there.
So
You just have to trust that all this happens off screen.
exactly,
Yeah, that's the problem.
and that's what's annoying. Because you're right, Korg.
I think if they had truly embraced their serial nature by this point, they could have addressed it in like the next episode.
Exactly.
But
Like,
they're not quite there
literally, in the last episode, Cisco like choked him out, like throttled him,
right.
for selling the seeds. But
This guy's on thin ice.
But he almost
It's like, okay, he saved the
Caused
day from a
Jets-
problem he caused.
he almost got Jadzia dead.
Yeah.
You're
And that's the
telling
thing
me
is,
that
this is-
Cisco's not going back and throttling him?
Quark loves Jadzia.
I know.
This should have impacted him personally,
this
and you never
actually-
saw that. I
this
wanted to
could've-
see him realize I almost got
Yes.
this person I love killed.
Yes, this actually
And we
would have
didn't get
been
to
a
see
great episode
Yeah.
for him to realize,
Yeah.
oh, I can't be doing these things.
Mhm.
Or I got to figure out better ways to wield a deal
Yeah.
that doesn't cause this much damage.
Exactly. All right.
But yeah, it's a
Yeah,
fine. episode.
it's actually a fine episode. I think helped by the performance of
John Glover is
Yeah.
great.
having him there makes it. I'm reminded of the episode in season 1 of the Miradorn where the guy. It's another Quark episode where like he interrupts the deal and like shoots one of the twin aliens who can't live without the other. Vortex. Remember that one? We hated that one,
Oh yeah,
and I don't think that guy's performance worked.
no.
And it was another one of those timid. John Glover did it way better. The whole thing worked a lot better.
Yes.
It reminded me a lot of that, but better.
Yes. So we are seeing, thankfully, improvements.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Sadly, there's still some of the same
Yeah,
flaws,
it's still season 2,
but we're seeing some
Mhm.
hope. We're seeing some hope of improvement.
all right.
So what do we got for next week?
Next week we have episode 5, Cardassians.
Ooh, we're getting to some Cardassians.
It's someone with the I don't remember much of this one either, except that it involves some Cardassian kids raised by
Okay.
Bajorans.
Oh, yes. Okay, that's ringing a bell. Ooh, okay. This
All
is
right.
potentially
We'll see. We'll
a
see.
good episode.
All right. Well,
All
yeah,
right.
I guess that's it.
All right. I hope everybody survives
warm out
the
there.
winter storm. Good luck out there, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.
See you then. Bye.